Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to share with you gold roadmap for 2024. Everything began with COVID-19 moment and the price created a new top close to 2075. Since that moment, this area was tested several times, as you can see, and we are close to a possible new bearish movement that may happen. So if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the like button and follow. So let's begin. When everything began with COVID-19, the price tested the top. I'm going to explain this very fast. Later, the price came down close to 1,680 approximately. A corrective movement began at this point, and later we had the problem with Ukraine and Russia. This was very important moment because if the war was going to escalate further, this was going to create a big problem in Eurozone and a bigger conflict as well. So for our good luck, everything stopped in this area. This was the second important moment related to the gold history. And later we had the gold price that reached 1,615, but later the price had to rise again because we had the inflation that tested levels that were seen 40 years back. This was another important moment, and this was not enough. The price moved down, and we had also the big failure on the US banking system. We had three of the big banks that already went in bankruptcy, and later the price made another retest of this area. So this was the banking crisis. It was a very big problem at the time, and the price moved down again. When everything was looking normal, we had the problem with Israel and Hamas conflict, and the price moved back to the top. What is very important and what we are going to explain today will be this piece of information here, and the reasons why I still think that the price should continue to move down during the coming months. As I explained also before, the only problem is the problem with the war. If the war is going to escalate further, probably we may see the price to rise again. However, let's break this down on a lower time frame. If we are going to look at on a daily time frame, we have two important moments that were created during the end of the previous year. We had the beginning of the war between Israel and Hamas conflict on October 2023. The price moved back to this zone here, and this big shadow was created only from the speculation at the beginning of December because the Fed was going to cut the interest rates. So it was nonsense, all of this movement here, because it will come a moment that the Fed is going to cut the interest rates. They cannot keep the interest rates in the same zone for a long period of time. Otherwise, they should create other problems. And if we are going to look at these movements here, later the price moved down, increased, tested this area again. So this is showing that we have the bears that are well positioned close to 2075, 2080. However, lately we have seen many speculations, and our focus will be on these waves here. So what is happening at this moment? From top to bottom, we can see that the price already broke out from this type of descending channel pattern, and we have a bullish breakout. So why is happening all of this situation at this moment? During the previous time, at the mid of January, we had the first US attack in the Middle East, and the price increased in this wave. It was at this moment here, increased up to the top of this wave. So this was the maximum that the price tested as a zone, 2062. We are approximately in the same situation, but now it happens the opposite side. The US base was attacked and 3 soldiers already were killed. And we can see that Biden is about to authorize US military action in the Middle East, so as it was reported from Sky News. So what can this create at this moment? The chances are that this situation may escalate further. This breakout for the moment on the 4-hour chart is showing that the price may continue to increase more, and the very strong area will be faced in the same zone where the price tested during the previous time, so during the first attack that was created from the US. This is the first area that I think the price should continue and probably may face the first resistance zone. However, considering that this conflict this time can be more aggressive, it is likely also that the price may test the top of the structure this time. We have three areas that I'm looking at. The first one is 2075 and later on 2086. The reason is because 2075 is a very strong critical zone related to what happened before, to all the historical moments, and 2086 is the top of the current pattern that we have here. So we have to be careful because from these areas the price can move down in any moment. The problem will be only with the war and how fast it can escalate this time. However, I don't think that we are going to have any aggressive moment, and this is the strong reason that I think that it should continue, the gold price should begin moving down again. It is not the first time that the US is in the Middle East. It has been there also before, and the gold price was not in this area. On the other hand, the market for the moment is also speculating about FOMC and the possible rate cut. Tomorrow we have also FOMC. I think that the Fed is not going to cut the interest rates for the moment, considering that the US economy is performing well, but they have to keep the interest rates on hold for a longer period of time because otherwise they may create a second wave of increase in the inflation rate. Another problem is that the market is speculating more with FOMC rather than with the war problem, and this is something that it doesn't make sense. All the major economies will begin cutting the interest rate soon, and this is a strong reason why the price may rise and it can begin moving down. So from this area, probably we may see this type of moves only as corrective movement before the price will begin moving down again. If we are going to increase the time frame, it is likely that probably we can be in the first wave that was created here. Probably we are on the second wave and the price may continue to develop in this way. So this is a possible trading scenario. If we are going to take these possible moves in consideration, it is likely that we can be in a possible ABC corrective move within this zone before the price will begin with the third wave, or probably it can be also a bigger ABC wave that can be expanded in this way. So we have to see what is going to happen and how this conflict is going to develop during these moments. Considering that the market is not reacting very aggressively for the moment, it seems that the upside movement can be limited up to 2086 as a maximum. However, if the situation is going to escalate further, the maximum that we may see will be the top of this big shadow here, 2145, and later we can see the bearish movement happening. However, with the current data, I think that the chances are higher that we can have a possible corrective movement that can be completed in one of these zones, in one of the red zones that I explained here. So this is where the price can begin the bearish movement, and it can be completed in this way for ABC, and the C wave can be completed in one of the red zones. So let's see how the price will develop during these days. I will keep you updated. However, this is what I'm looking at for the moment. The price is not looking very aggressive. Even if the US is going to create any attack so far, the chances are that it can reach the second zone or maximum the third zone that we are looking at here. Thank you. Bye bye.